Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And in this video, I want to explain the entire wave count again because people are starting to get confused because there are way too many waves on the chart. And yeah, one of our members asked us to do this, so we're gonna do it. And well, right now we need to start with what we have on the 4-hour chart because, well, I need to let you know what's happening over here first. We are working on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup and we are still in the third wave right now. The third wave seems to be going up in an ABC. As you can see, we actually got a reaction to the 0.618 support level here. I gave you this level yesterday and we'll see if we actually bounce. If we do, my next short-term target is 65.1 cents, but if we do not manage to hold above this support level, which is the 0.786 support level, which is at 55.1 cents, then we're most likely going lower and we're most likely gonna test the 45 cents levels before actually going higher. But if we somehow manage to continue this pump, then my next target zone is here. This is gonna be the third wave of this 1-2 setup. Then we're gonna need a fourth wave move down and the fifth wave move up will complete a first wave. And this first wave over here is exactly the first wave that we had over here as well before we invalidated it right here. And yeah, right now we're just trying to do this over again. And if you don't know what this first wave is for, the first wave right here is only the first wave of another bigger first wave move to the upside, which is the first wave of the third wave up here, and this other third wave is the third wave of this other bigger third wave. So basically what we are doing over here, these 5 waves to the upside, like I said, will only complete the first wave of this third wave right here. And after this, we're gonna need to get an ABC down, and then the third wave of the third wave of the third wave will finally start. So I know there are way too many waves on the chart, but we have to do this in order to understand what's going on in the market and in order for me to actually be able to give you support levels. So that's why I'm using the Elliott wave counts. They are better for support levels and usually they work extremely well. So yeah, if we do not manage to hold right here, if we do not manage to hold this 1-2 setup, then we are most likely going lower. And right now, let me actually talk about the daily chart as well, because it's easier to understand what's going on over here. Basically, after getting the bear market low right here, we formed a big 1-2 setup. This is the end of the second wave right here. And then we formed another 1-2 setup, which is the 1-2 setup of the bigger third wave of this first 1-2 setup that we got after the bear market low. And right now we are waiting for the third wave of that third wave. And like I said, well, this third wave will need to go up in 5 waves as well. And we are only working on the first wave of these 5 waves. And I'm expecting this first wave to maybe get above the X wave high right here, or even above the 0.618 resistance level of the previous all-time high. As you can see, this acted as resistance many times in the past, so it's gonna be very important to actually get above it. Maybe we even stretch a bit above it and then we get an ABC down and we use it as support. That would be the most, ideal scenario right now, but this is gonna take some time. But do not expect these moves to take too long. I mean, what we have right now on the chart has taken like, let's say about 1 or 2 weeks at this point, and we just went sideways here. But, I mean, Cardano usually, when it starts going up, it goes up like crazy, so you cannot expect these 5 waves to the upside to take longer than like a couple of weeks once Cardano actually starts going up. And, well, we're about to have a cross on the bull market support band, as you know, and that the last time something like this happened, after we had the cross, we formed a 1-2 setup, then we formed the third wave, the fourth wave down, and the fifth wave up, and that completed this first wave. So right now we pretty much are waiting for the exact same thing again, and until the chart gives that cross to us, it's not gonna happen. So that's it about the short term. Now, if you really want to talk about the long term as well, my targets for the, let's say, bull market are between $5 to $8 for the main fifth wave up here. In the previous cycle, we also managed to form a 5-wave move to the upside, a pretty healthy 5-wave move to the upside, so I think it's pretty safe to assume that we're gonna do the exact same thing in this cycle as well. Even if we do not, I highly suggest taking some profits in this green area, and obviously not financial advice, but the target for the main third wave right here is technically only $1.81, and maybe you could count this setup as some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 setup, although it's not really the best looking setup, so I would much rather have it as a 1-2 setup, and usually the third wave is the most impulsive, so it would make sense for this to only be the first 1-2 setup of that third wave, and then when we get the third wave of the third wave, that's when Bitcoin dominance actually starts breaking down. So yeah, I hope the setup is understandable. I hope you do not get confused by this, but honestly, it's pretty simple to follow if you have been following this channel for longer than like a couple of days. And also I want to go on the monthly as well, actually on the 3-month chart over here, just to explain what's happening in the bigger picture. And here on the 3-month chart, we have a big 1-2 setup. In the bear market, we went to the 50% support level of the first wave up here, and yeah, then we got a bounce, and right now we are working on a much bigger third wave of this 1-2 setup. Now, of course, you cannot expect this third wave to be completed in this cycle. This is gonna take probably years, maybe even 1 decade, and we don't even know if we're gonna go that high. So if we hold support levels, then yeah, these targets will be valid, but only after we get the 1-2 setup here. In this cycle, we only need to focus on the first wave of that third wave move to the upside. And well, this could stretch to like $5 to $8, like I said, probably not more than that. The first wave does not usually go up too much, but it can still go above the other first wave highs, so you have to keep that in mind. And by the looks of it, I mean, this still looks like a 1-2 setup here, but you could theoretically count this as a 1-2-1-2 setup, and we are still waiting for the third wave, the fourth wave, and the fifth wave. The next bear market, if we get 5 waves, will most likely be an A, B, C to the downside, so I think I'm gonna actually be selling right here, or maybe even right here. Then I'm gonna be buying somewhere here in the B wave to the downside. I'm sorry, the A wave to the downside, and then I'm gonna be selling in the B wave, and then I'm not gonna be buying anymore until, well, we get in a bigger support zone. And if we really want a bigger support zone for the second wave of the third wave to the upside, I could give you one, but you have to understand, I don't know how high the first wave will go, so please keep that in mind. And let's say the first wave gets to like at least like $5. If it gets to $5, support for the second wave right here is going to be between $1.51 and even 73 cents. So yeah, we could even go down to like 43 cents in a bad scenario. So yeah, that's, you know, what's gonna happen if we actually get to like $5. If we only get to like $3, let's say, the support is gonna be between $1 and 38 cents. Now, if for some reason we get to like $8, the support is gonna be much higher. $8 is gonna put us, well, the minimum support level is gonna be $2, and then $1.31, 86 cents, and 47 cents. And just to have some fun, I could give you a third wave of the third wave target as well, just for fun, like I said, to not take this too seriously. I mean, everyone is bored in the comment section, so we might as well do something different here. Basically, if we get to like $5 in the first wave right here, the third wave of the third wave target is at $35. Are we gonna go that high? I have no idea, but that's the target for it. And yeah, I mean, that's it about this. I hope you liked this, let's just say, dream scenario that I gave you. And now let's go back to the real world. The real world is still telling us that we are waiting for Bitcoin dominance to drop, and whether you like to believe this or not, until Bitcoin dominance actually starts dropping, there's not much else to know. So we could literally talk about the moon in these videos, and well, it's not gonna matter, because if Bitcoin dominance does not drop when we talk about the moon does not care. So I hope you understand what I mean by that. And yeah, I could talk about Ethereum as well if you really want to. I could go in the 4-hour right here. As you can see, we are still trying to get the second wave. And once we get the second wave, which by the way should get between, let's say, the 0.382 support level and maybe the 50% support level. We're gonna get the third wave of the third wave over here. And I could give you a target for this, but there's not really, any point in doing that right now. And that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.